Will anyone here tell me what is the soul of a man?
What a good spot to use the handbrake.
You may be able to spot your car.
Oh, don't even get to. And they do a cool skid.
We can see the camp up there without risk of detection.
From up where?
Just, you gotta follow him.
Ugh.
There's moments in this game where if you don't follow it exactly, you can't progress. Because there was one mission later on where I didn't bring him or my magnum opus with me to a mission. I took one of the enemy vehicles so I could drive around unnoticed.
But he's not here now. You see, I don't see the lamp.
And
Getting my car back.
I had gone through this one little area where there was a whole bunch of big bad guys.
Yep.
And a new enemy unit that had a shield and a club, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta fight my way through that. And I get to where I needed to go, and the quest didn't progress. And I was like, okay, well, I left the area, came back in my Magnus Opus and him, and then I had to go beat, like, the quest was progressing, and I had to go beat back through the area to clear out all the bad guys, and it was just like, this is very tedious.
When you see what I'm going to show you, you'll be shouting holy all day long.
I don't know, I like that character, because he kind of has that kind of fanatical, religious kind of thing going for him.
I think he's too far gone for me.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, good cover. Perfect place to build a car.
I mean, not really. It's pretty open to the elements, actually. It's a pretty terrible.
Well, more so than just building it out in the desert.
I suppose. Try to continue the story.
Much to show you.
I wonder if it'll happen. Another thing that happened when I was playing this is while I was playing, anytime I'd come across a cutscene, the audio would just cut it completely.
Over there.
Oh, the handbrake. Ugh.
An ancient seabed.
I'm not sure. No, but we...
I believe that because I noticed before we started recording me constantly hitting the home button off and on. It was making the sound kind of go wonky.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. There's a tunnel in here. That's fine. That is a fine place to build a car.
You got a little water doohickey thing.
When you're ready, Saint,
Jesus.
my holy flight out awaits.
Just my phone dying.
I mean, not a lot of water, but...
I imagine that refills every time I come back.
I don't know. I've never...
Or maybe not every time I come back, but after so much time, it probably refills itself.
Yeah.
Come and see your Saint. It's real. Hallucination become truth. The angel made steel.
The angel made steel!
The piston, by the tranny on all high, and the cam in the U-turn, blessed be.
This, I love this. I love how crazy he is.
No, because I just think to, like,
There she is.
if I ignore just because this is clearly like Fury Road inspired because it came out close to the movie. There's no one like this in the movie.
Inspired. She wills herself upon this world. Look. See, here. Divine its tri-shaft and a symbiosis of faith. Made to measure. Like some of that old-time religion, huh?
It just makes me think of like an orc in Shadow of Mordor.
With chum bucket overdrive, coils, and springs, and shocks, and links too.
It's gonna be 8 cylinders, nothing less.
We will get there. Yes. First, we have to get her beautifully sealed body.
Show me where it is.
Yes. Come. No time like the present. Come on, Saint.
You know, if he knew where all this stuff was, he would have gotten it by now.
Well, unless it's like in an enemy camp. I don't think he's very combat capable.
We will liberate her body from a place sad and strange, where the chariots of old went to die.
Where the chariots of old went to die.
I assume it's this mark on the map because there's nothing else there.
Dead of night,
I
guardians are away on their path.
Well, time to figure out what it is. No, it's a camp.
yeah.
I'm going. Wait here.
That's a nice little touch that his head bounced off the wall. I don't know. This combat works for... it works for Batman because Batman is a superhero.
Yeah.
It works in Shadow of Mordor because it's flashy sword moves, and I'll admit there's some cool stuff when your like little spirit guy comes out to help you fight. Max is just a normal person, so making him like untouchable, I don't know. This isn't the type of combat you have when you're supposed to be a normie.
But he's the driver.
No, he's not.
He is the prophesized one.
The driver is that guy Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling? He's the one prophesized, Colin. Yeah, you gotta follow the green shit.
Alright.
I don't know, it's a shame that some... Oh.
It's fine.
Also, that green bar on the far right is your car's health.
Yeah, it's fine.
And if you want to repair that health, you press up, but you have to be stationary to do it.
Now, do you think some of your...
Grievances?
Yeah, with this game are because it is kind of old?
Fuel. Unfortunately,
No, I don't think so.
comes the blessings of gasoline. We should find enough fuel for us to make it to the graveyard.
I hate to say it, I think my grievances against this game is because it is,
Fuel cans.
it's not visually appealing.
No, I think it is to some. So, my friend who I've seen play it is, like, big into, like, desert punk aesthetic.
Yeah.
So, like, this is fine to them. But I think when you make an aesthetic, your goal is to target more than just the people who are into that aesthetic. Like, this would never get someone into
Actually,
desert punk.
I
There's
think
nothing here.
Long one now.
I don't think it's actually that it's not visually appealing. I think it's because I wasn't actually having fun while playing it.
Well, this is also visually unappealing.
Yeah. I think it was more or less it felt whenever I was doing anything that I was just ticking boxes to get to the next thing.
Well, I mean, that is what these types of games are.
Yeah, I think open world games aren't for me.
That's not true. You like The Witcher.
I know, but
It's
The Witcher-
bad open world games aren't for you.
The Witcher was completely different. Like, I felt invested in the
No,
world.
because look, it has a nice world. It has a good story. It has good characters.
Yeah.
This is literally none of those things.
I don't know, it feels clunky and unrefined. Whew, yeah. You gotta go to the back.
Huh.
Like, you absolutely have to go to the back. You can't go to the sides of the car.
Well, that's not dumb at all.
You gotta go to the back. Otherwise, you're gonna light that stuff up.
Praise she's full.
Hey,
For refueling or blowing something up.
Oh yeah, it also wants you to go grab the...
Can't just play the video game.
No. You gotta do.
Max.
Hmm?
I said good job, Max.
Yeah. It's a shame because I really want to like this game.
I mean, you probably could. If you just lower expectations.
Lower your standards.
Yeah.
Settle.
That's what I do in my everyday life. Look how happy I am. Can't you hear the joy in my voice?
Jesus Christ.
Just played Gravity Rush 2 for 60 hours.
Well, I mean, you didn't have to.
No.
You could have.
I could have stopped after our videos, but I kept going. Oof.
Yeah.
Nobody around. The gate.
So you can either. Oh, it's ramming restricted. Okay, so you gotta toss the gas at it.
Wide open.
So you can either toss the gas like a man, or walk up straight to it and then just set it down.
Wouldn't I? How do I ignite it?
You just ignite it.
Oh. Cool, cutscene.
Yup. Oh, tons of.
Like, that's something that didn't need to be a cutscene.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of
Like, I'm not anti-cutscene. Also, those bones don't make any sense. There's no animal that big.
whale.
Oh, that's right.
This is a
they,
sea-
they did say
Yeah.
seabed. I'll let it slide. No, I'm not anti-cutscenes in games, but, like, I hate when there's a cutscene for something that the player could do.
Watch out for those things.
Knack was infuriating for that. Knack had cutscenes where the character would just drop off a ledge. So, like, we're talking, like, 3-second cutscenes.
Okay.
It's incredibly annoying. Oh no, an easily avoidable trap.
Oh. I can't wait.
Oh no! Oh no! God, they're just all over the place.
They're so hard to dodge.
I actually tried to hit that one. Now, am I losing car health while I'm on fire? No, it doesn't look like it.
I don't think so.
Good to know. So speaking of visually unappealing games, Spyro Remastered.
Really?
No, I think that game looks fantastic. No,
I mean,
and I'm actually quite excited.
I've never actually seen what happens when you die.
Oh well, let's find
Oh, we're going fast!
it.
Get a vehicle.
Nah, that's okay. Well, you die. Well, what a shock. When you die in a game, you die. No, yeah. No, I'm excited for Spyro. I didn't play it as a kid, so.
I remember it being very empty in some, like the very first Spyro game.
Well, it's a PS1 game.
Yeah, I remember there were like big empty fields and a polygonal well.
Oh, it took me farther back than I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I like how those are timed so that, like, I would actually have to try
Yeah.
to get hit.
I mean, there are a few in there that it's like you have to dodge, but generally, if you're going fast enough through there, you're gonna miss every one of them.
So, I will ask you, Duncan, what is a game you would like to see remastered to the quality of a Spyro, a Crash, or a Shadow of the Colossus?
Jet Force Gemini.
Sure. There's no wrong answer. Except for Jet Force Gemini.
Except for Jet Force Gemini. I'm not sure. I don't think. I'm not sure how I feel about all these old games coming back.
Why
Like,
not?
I think they should just stay in their annals of history. Annals?
I
I don't know. I think reliving nostalgia isn't good.
I wouldn't say this is reliving nostalgia if they're remaking it.
I suppose, but I don't know.
Like actual reliving nostalgia, like when we have a friend who to this day replays Ocarina of Time every year and still thinks it's amazing. No, it's not. In 2018, Ocarina of Time is a bad game.
Who's still playing on?
In 1997, it was fine. Or 98. Was it 98? It was 98.
Who's still playing on?
What do you think?
Oh, okay. Okay, took me a while to think about that for a second. Shit.
No,
I honestly don't know if I'd go back and if they remastered a game I'd love. Like, I think that's why I haven't bought the Dot Hack GU remakes.
Well, Dot Hack's also like kind of new.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a PS2 game, but that still feels like not that long ago.
Because, I mean, when I was playing it the first time, there's not much to the combat in that game.
No, I mean, there's a lot of, I assume, Yuri Lowenthal yelling Rengeki,
Yeah.
and that's the whole game.
Yeah, and I think I'd rather let that game live and die in my in my memories.
I put Dot Hack, especially because it's 3 games for the price of 1.
Oh, that's right.
Including a bonus 4th chapter that was never released. If that game goes on sale, I will probably pick it up.
Okay.
But, okay, so Spyro, I'm pretty down for because
I suppose
I didn't play Spyro as a kid.
That is true. Shovel Face, Wild Hunt, Death Rattle.
Of course.
Death Rattle? Really?
Looks like Dracula from that Rob Zombie music video.
Ew.
No, like, I saw the internet exploding that they were so happy to see Spyro. And, like, some people, I'm like, you don't care. I'm like, when was the last time you thought about Spyro? Like, you don't give a shit.
No.
Now, my significant other is a big Spyro fan. But before there was even hints of a remaster, would talk to me about how much they like Spyro. They're like people like that are. I'm totally fine with them being like, yeah, a remake.
Yeah. But you're talking about like people who never said God blessed thing.
It seems like sort of fake fanish.
Yeah.
To be like, oh man, I loved this thing that I've never talked about before.
I mean, I've never talked about GU or
We've talked about it.
once or twice, but not like at the level that she talks about Spyro. Yeah, if you wait for that little circle to get real small, you'll get a perfect counter strike or parry. I mean,
I will try that.
but you really gotta.
Okay, let's just try that now. Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
It doesn't even look like Mad Max. That looks like a screenshot from Cowboys vs. Aliens.
I was gonna say Indiana Jones, but then I saw the kind of techno fist thing.
I don't know.
I'd completely forgotten about Cowboys and Aliens.
So did everybody else.
Like, was that based off
It was a
a
book.
graphic novel?
Probably. I said book, but it's probably a graphic novel.
Oh! It's a slobber knocker.
Like, okay, that, like, whatever was going on with his face, I don't like that. It's very strange. Yeah, just grab scrap in the middle of the fight, isn't it?
I suppose you don't. I guess you don't have that. Yes. Later on, you'll unlock this fury gauge, which will allow you to just lose your mind and.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a terrible mechanic.
But you can suplex people.
Alright, I'll forgive it.